Hi folks, Matt the Cruz from networkempire.com. This is a special video for the OMG Director's Cut crew. What I'm going to do here, guys, is just quickly demonstrate to you how we can build a quick single silo site using Network Empire Silo Builder and TLKT. Now, just to basically speed up things a little bit, essentially what I've done is I've drilled into camera cranes, and I'm going to build a little site around camera cranes. And essentially what we'll use in WordPress is the video silo plugin, and we'll demonstrate the two. So it's the last keyword tool, a few keywords we've filtered out, Network Empire Builder, and then WordPress. We're going to see how quick we can get a site up and running for you guys. Okay, as we move through this video, only time I'm going to actually pause the video is when I actually import the keywords. There's a few files that I want to bring in, and I don't want to basically record doing that process. So I'm going to click start now, and I'm going to take you through this process, and we can see how quick we can get things up and running. Now, just for you guys who don't know about camera equipment, I don't know anything about this project either, but with the tools that are available to us, we can quickly build out sites rapidly, and we can actually end up testing them to see how they work and look using the Video Silo Kraken plugin. Okay, with the importer plugins from Network Empire, it also makes the job super quick because all your internal pages are created for you on the fly. So it's not a matter of sitting in WordPress and manually doing it. Right, okay, let's get started. So I'm going to create my project. And I'm just going to call this video equipment. Okay, and we're going to basically sell Amazon video accessories. Okay, and that's going to be spelled wrong. So I'm going to create my empire, and on the screen load we're going to set up our project. So we're going to add a new site, and in the project name just call this video equipment. The domain, I'm going to leave the domain 12 down, a bit more research so I can see what's good, and I think I'll start off with video equipment as the primary keyword. Now, when you put your primary keyword in, what you need to consider is essentially the URL structure of the site. So it's going to be this in DWS sort of mimics the domain name if you had to do an exact match. And I'll share a technique later on where we can check the URL to make sure that there's no over optimization in the URLs before we import the XML that we export out of any builder into WordPress. Okay, now I'm dealing with the US, so we're going to keep that all the same there. The market size, I'm going to leave that all the same to default. That's pretty standard. My backlink cost, I'm going to take it down to $15. That's when I create promotional blog content that gets syndicated out. Content cost, premium articles for the site, let's just make that 25. Okay, Google traffic. If I'm position number 1, I reckon I'll get about 25% of the actual traffic. If the people land on my website, I'm going to say that basically 1% is going to basically click through, just purely to be conservative. Okay, the rest of these I'm going to leave them blank, excepting my profit. I can make about $100 profit per sale on these products from what I've seen roughly, so I'm going to leave it at that. My budget for the project is $5,000, and I want to make $5,000 a month. So when I look at the calculator now, at the traffic calculator, it essentially tells me that on these conversions, on this model that I've set up over here, I need 5,000 people, unique people to my website every single month. I need to create 50 sales a month to meet my target, and I need 100 people per sale. Okay, so if I took this up to 5% and we change some of the numbers here, you can see that I need 20 sales, 20 people to create a sale, and I need 1,000 people. So it's very important that you pay attention to on-page conversion because there's a huge impact on your actual performance of your site. So I'm going to create my site. Okay, so once we create a site, by default we get brought to the import screen, and essentially the way this works is you point to where you got your keywords from. So I'm going to go to the last keyword tool, I'm going to click on and browse on camera crane, I'm going to open that, and I'm going to basically import this, and what will happen is you get redirected back to the keyword decision screen, so you can actually start working on your site from that list of keywords. Okay, so I'm going to quickly import the other keywords, and then we'll start building our site from that point on, and we'll actually time ourselves. Okay guys, so I've imported my keywords. You can see I've got roughly 119 keywords we can start with from the few files exported out. Let me explain the screen quickly. What we have here is our process. So there's our home screen, the dashboard. This is where we import our keywords, step 1. Step 2 is where we design our site, i.e. we look at our grid and we move our keywords across to the actual Sala architecture framework. And number 3, we mark our site for publishing. That's when we deploy and check off what we want to have published. And then number 5, we export out our blueprint. Step 4 here is essentially a page where we give you all the information of how to build your site. We tell you how to do it for WordPress. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to click on the start button and we'll start building out the site. So let's go. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to click on video equipment. This is the index page of the site, the home page that basically is the top level of the actual domain. Over here we've got our filters, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually filter for my silos, and I'm going to press submit. Okay, so we can see here video equipment is indicated. Anything we select in the grid now in this first column over here will fall under that as a child. So essentially when I look at this now, camera lenses are more profitable. These keywords here all qualify. They'll make me money within a year but not up front, and that's purely because of the actual size. We're dealing with a big market. Okay, that's fine. What we can do is we can have these in as placeholders. So essentially I want to speak about jibs. I'm going to do tripods, that's a big enough market, and I'm going to move those two keywords as actual silos. So I'm going to select, move to blueprint. When the page reloads, we're going to come back to the keyword decisions, but we'll notice that you'll see our silos nested underneath video equipment. Okay, so there we can see jib and camera tripods. Okay, so the first thing I want to do now for jib is I want to select jib, and then I'm going to actually change my silo category to my silos to categories. Okay, so jib is selected. I'm going to switch to categories. I'm going to press submit. So essentially we click, select a category, move on. We can do it. This is very versatile. You can work any way you want. I'm just trying to show you guys a simple routine you can follow to rapidly map out your stuff when you're building a site. Right, so now you can see all the categories are selected over here. Okay, now for the jib, I want to target that keyword there, the camera crane jib, and a camera slider. That's not even profitable. And camera mount. One more, 35 more camera. That's fine. I'm going to move those to my blueprint. Okay, now I'm going to switch to supporting articles and see what we got back. Now you can see over here, while I'm waiting for that to come back, we essentially got jib, camera mount, camera crane, dollies, and Adorama cameras. Okay, so we can have supporting articles, and there we've got a jib crane, we've got a jib arm, a DSRI rig. Now the reason why I'm not going to use jib, crane, and jib arm is because we already got jib inside our silo already. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need 1 or 2 more keywords. Okay, and I'm looking for something that's decent and profitable. And I'm going to stick camera crane in over here underneath jib. Move that to the blueprint. Okay, so we've got camera mount, camera crane jib, dollies, Abnora, and camera crane. Okay, so there we got a silo that we basically can use. Now if we go and type in camera and we highlight all, okay, you can see that in our categories we have our cameras. Okay, if we type in video, there's only one instance. If we type in jib, there's 2 instances on that URL, which is fine. So imagine your domain was videoequipment.co.uk or .com/jib as a silo /camera crane jib. That'll still be okay, but you don't want to have a keyword mentioned more than twice in the actual URL string. That's the important thing you want to work on. Right, so the next thing you want to do is essentially click on camera tripod. There you got it selected, and basically want to have camera rentals. DSR reg, sorry, video jib, no, jib is the tripod dolly, and I'm just looking for a few more. They're all failing down there. Camera stabilizer, Dana dolly. Okay, I'm going to move those to the blueprint. And on the screen load, we'll see that we've got two silos mapped out. Okay, so there's our camera tripod silo. There's our jib silo. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move across to mark for publishing. Now when this page loads, essentially you can see the silo and you can see the categories and how much that keyword can potentially make you per month. So we've got the values of each one next to each one of those. So if we're going to make those two silos, we click on approve for publishing. When this page is finished, we're going to hop across to build my site, have a quick look at that. So all you can see here is just videos and information on how to build your site. You can download the plugin, and then finally export my blueprint. So when you click on this link here and you see your page, right click, save this link as. I'm going to save that as my blueprint. I'm going to replace the one I got there, and I'm going to come across to my blog. Now in my plugins, I've installed the any silo builder. I'm going to click on the silo importer. Right, so I'm going to click publish. Add silo shortcodes is off. I want to browse to the desktop, your guys' file, get my XML file, and I click open. Because I'm using any builder, all the keywords need to be on primary keyword on both sides, okay, on the advanced. If you change that, things won't work. Right, I want to automatically add my YouTube settings. Now I'm going to click import the silo. We're on 8 minutes, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, 12 seconds, pause. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got. So that was in 3 seconds, guys. I'm going to continue the video now, and we're going to quickly map out the site. So let's go look at our pages. So essentially in 3 seconds we built that whole silo architecture site. There we can see there's our pages. Okay, there's our two silos. We didn't use posts. Okay, so with any video we're using basically pages and categories for pages. So let's have a look at the site and see what we need to fix. So there was the original site. If I click refresh, there's jib, and there's our video, FIFA Online. So there's a polysim there, JRB gaming tournament. Okay, so there's a gaming tournament. There's a relationship between jib and FIFA Online games. Camera crane. Okay, so there's our article and there's our video. Adora camera. Okay, and there's what you can do with it. Dollies. Let's see if this is a polysim. Now guys, when you drill into keywords, sometimes you'll pick up polysims. Polysims basically mean it has two meanings, i.e. apple can be the fruit or it can be the brand, the company Apple. Okay, so if you find these things, this is a great way to test your site before you start, so you can really get your messages clear and you can decide on what keywords you want to use within your silo architecture. Also, you can see what the people are talking about. So that took us literally less than 10 minutes to build two silo sites using the last keyword tool and any silo builder. Okay, so if we look under the hood a bit more, if we go to our appearances and we go to our menus, one thing you guys don't want to have happen is your top level menus have categories activated. What I mean by that is if we hover over the silos over here, you don't want to see the siblings down here on them. Okay, so let's just jump across here. There you can see you got home, jib, camera. There's our pages, their top menu, and then the secondary menu is in the left sidebar. Okay, so if we go to our widgets, all we've done is we've dragged the primary silo, the any video silo menu into our primary sidebar, and that's essentially created our site. So if we look at camera tripod as an example, yeah, we can see which one should I buy. So the site's built. If we look at Dana Dolly, so there's a slider. So you can see how quickly we can get our site built to be very close to what we're targeting. And if we need to change things, all we simply do is we come back to any silo builder, we come back to mark for publishing, and what I usually do at this stage, when I find the polysims that are not what I want for my site, I will essentially remove approval, and we just deselect it, because then we know that that dolly is a polysim and it's not what we're targeting, and we can put another keyword in this place. And then the process is simple. You come back when you've changed your silo structure out, you select an approve for publishing, export your XML, and you just go back into DWS, import it again using the any silo builder, okay, plugin, where the silo importer, and that will just fill in the gap for you. It'll remove the dolly and it'll stick the other one in. What you must do though, have is go into your site, into pages, and just make sure that you actually remove and delete that dolly, and then remove it from trash at the end, just to keep things nice and tidy, so you've got no orphan files lying around your site. Okay, so in under 12 minutes we've built a two-siloed site for you guys using TLKT's keywords and any silo builder site with the video silo builder. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's Matt the Cruz from networkempire.com, and I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.